Childhood trauma and the developing brain. The brain develops from the bottom up, beginning with the brainstem, followed by the limbic system, and finally, the cortex. Trauma disrupts this natural progression, especially if it occurs during critical windows of neurodevelopment. Survival brain versus learning brain. Growing up in a threatening household requires the brain to adapt for survival. These adaptations, while initially helpful for coping, can become less beneficial in safer environments like school. The survival brain consistently overrides the learning brain because its priority is protecting the individual's life from perceived danger. The alarm system, amygdala. When a child is in a stressful situation, the amygdala triggers an alarm response, flooding the brain with cortisol. Continuous exposure to stress, such as abuse or neglect, can lead to an overactive alarm system, resulting in hypervigilance and a perception of the world as fundamentally unsafe. The executive center, prefrontal cortex. This area is responsible for higher-order thinking, planning, and rational thought. Trauma often causes the prefrontal cortex to shrink, as the brain constantly reverts to a fight, flight, freeze survival rhythm. This makes it difficult for children to use reason to process memories or override false danger signals. The memory center, hippocampus. Stress hormones like cortisol can significantly impact neural connections in the memory center, altering how events are remembered. 2. How trauma sits in the body. Trauma is not just a mental experience, it is encoded in the body's physical systems. Muscle and sensory feedback. The body responds to traumatic events through alterations in muscle tone, ranging from rigid immobility to flaccid fainting responses to avoid detection or overwhelming sensations. Latent vulnerability. A brain adapted for a threatening world may overreact to positive social cues or see neutral experiences, like moving to a new school, as daunting and stressful. The HPA axis. Chronic stress can lead to a dysregulated hypothalamic pituitary adrenal HPA axis, causing either hyperarousal, being constantly on edge, or hypoarousal, feeling numb. 3. The role of the practitioner. The practitioner's role is to facilitate a shift from the survival brain back to the learning brain. Creating safety. The most important role is creating an environment where a child feels protected, which unlocks their natural curiosity and eagerness to learn. Psychoeducation. Practitioners help families understand how trauma, stress, and even substances affect neural pathways, empowering them with the knowledge of why certain behaviors are happening. Promoting neuroplasticity. Because neural pathways have a lifelong ability to change, practitioners work to strengthen less used brain areas through repetition of safe experiences.